wara il-kwinti nibdew dina it-taqsima tagħna billi nwaslu wkoll messaġġ ieħor viżiv kontra l-abort. Simon.
Hemm sensiela ta' programmi fejn aħna qegħdin nurruhom biex in-nies tagħna fil-grupp ta' Abortion in Malta Not in My Name għandhom 36,000 membru bħalissa jistgħu jeddukaw ruħhom jitrejnuhom biex meta jengagejaw jiddiskutu ma' xi ħadd ieħor ikunu jafu jużaw l-argumenti sew l-argumenti m'għandhomx ikunu biss reliġjużi. Ir-reġjoni importanti, imma hemm argumenti laiċi u loġiċi għaliex huwa ħażin biex toqtol nies innoċenti. Narawha?
Iva, interessanti ħafna, għamlu attenzjoni.
If they want money, they want to exploit people for money, and they want to push a eugenicist philosophy on our country, what would happen if they tried to sell that to us directly? If they came up and told us, hey, we're here for your money and we're here to push a eugenicist philosophy. Do you think anybody, even on the left, would buy that? No, of course not. Because we're not idiots. And I'm not just talking about conservatives, I'm talking about the American people. We're not idiots and we're not racists. So what do then? They try to sneak eugenics past us. They try to package it in a way that camouflages its true nature, and they tell us that abortion is something else. They tell us, women specifically, that we're oppressed if we're not sexually liberated. And when they define sexually liberated, they define it as sex in any circumstance with any consenting partner, without any consequences or without the repercussion of pregnancy, which is part of our natural biological function of sexual relations. Now I sound like a biology teacher. So they fearmonger. They tell us that women are oppressed if we are not sexually liberated. They say it's unfair in the workplace if women don't get paid as much as men because women take time off to have children. They say anything is better than children ending up in foster care, God forbid. They create urgency. They say if you choose babies over a career, you're missing out. That creates a sense of urgency in people. Then they tell us that men and the private sector have failed to solve this problem. The market has not compensated for this problem. And since the private market has not compensated for this problem, then who do we have to turn to fix this problem? Government. That's what they tell us, that government's the only person that can solve the only entity that can solve this problem. Once they've told us the private sector has failed us and that government is the only answer to solve this problem, then, and only then, do Democrats offer us abortion on demand. They pretend that it's women's health care when it's not. They ignore the science that says that life begins at conception and that there's no other moment between conception and birth where that baby would magically go from being a non-baby to a baby. They ignore that science. They target minority women. Something close to 90% of Planned Parenthood abortion clinics are within walking distance of minority neighborhoods. They lie to the public about what they do and the percentage of their services that are abortion. And then they tell us that it's all women's health care, when we know it's eugenics and for profit.
Mela, video interessanti ħafna.
Kemm huwa importanti li nanalizzaw l-argumenti qarriqi ta' dawk li jridu joqtlu it-trabi innoċenti. Għax dak huwa qtil ta' trabi innoċenti. Rajt dawa eugenics. Inti għandek dritt tgħix, inti m'għandekx dritt tgħix. Tali huwa, right? U meta neżaminaw u narawhom, mbagħad tkun iktar faċli biex tiddebatti. Kull programm ġew qed inġibu klips żgħar fejn nies jgħidu aħna qed nappoġġjaw il-grupp Abortion in Malta Not in My Name. Ma jridux iġibuhom fl-istazzjon nazzjonali tal-partiti, ma jimpurtax inġibuhom aħna. Ixxerjawhom daw, ħalli sħabkom ikunu jafu. Għandhom il-page Abortion in Malta Not in My Name. Tista' tapplikaw biex titlu membri fuqha wkoll.